The HOA president slammed open the old wooden barn doors as if she owned the place. Dust flew everywhere, the smell of hay mixed with her expensive perfume. In her manicured hands was a stack of violation notices. She declared, "This structure is condemned. It must be torn down immediately." What she didn't know, this barn wasn't just wood and nails. It held secrets she could never control. Let me take you back 6 months to when this nightmare began. Meet Daniel Carter, 48 years old, retired firefighter, father of 2. His grandfather had built that red barn in 1927 with his own hands. Generations of Carters had stored hay, tractors, and memories there. For Daniel, it wasn't just a building. It was a monument to family legacy. On summer evenings, the creak of its weathered doors and the smell of cut grass carried him back to childhood. That barn was home. One morning, a bright orange envelope fluttered on Daniel's front porch. To a violation notice. It claimed his barn was an unsightly structure lowering community values. Fine, $1,000. Compliance required in 14 days. Daniel stared in disbelief. His barn had stood long before the HOA even existed. How could they possibly have authority? At the next HOA meeting, President Caroline Whitmore made her grand entrance. Designer heels clicking, diamond necklace flashing, voice dripping with authority. Caroline had transformed every rule into a weapon. "Your barn is outdated and dangerous," she sneered at Daniel in front of everyone. "This community deserves progress, not old shacks." The neighbors shifted uncomfortably. No one dared challenge her. Days later, more notices arrived. $500 a day for noncompliance. Threats of liens on his property. Neighbors whispered that Caroline had her eyes on Daniel's back lot, the very land where the barn stood. His grandfather once warned him, "If someone wants your land badly, find out why." Those words echoed now louder than ever. Here's something most people don't know. HOA power is limited. They cannot enforce rules on structures built before the HOA was even established unless the homeowner explicitly agreed in writing. Daniel suspected his barn fell into that category, but he needed proof. Daniel drove to the dusty county courthouse. The air smelled of mildew and old paper. In the archives, he discovered his grandfather's original deed from 1927. Stamped in ink, it declared the barn a protected agricultural structure. Even better, a land survey from 1953 showed that the HOA's boundary line never legally included the Carter barn. Caroline had no authority, none. When Daniel returned home, things got worse. Anonymous complaints flooded his mailbox. Noise violations, grass too tall, even accusations about his dog. HOA patrol cars parked outside at night. Caroline even posted on the neighborhood app. Some residents refused to comply with safety rules, endangering our children. Everyone knew who she meant. Here's another fact. HOAs often weaponize safety hazards as a scare tactic, but unless certified inspections declare imminent danger, they cannot legally demolish private property. Caroline's entire case was smoke and mirrors. Finally, Daniel had enough. With his evidence binder in hand, he filed suit. In court, Caroline strutted in with her lawyers, flashing fake concern for property values. Daniel calmly laid out the original deed, survey maps and photographs proving the barn predated the HOA by 70 years. The judge flipped through the documents, raised an eyebrow, and asked Caroline one question. "On what authority do you claim jurisdiction?" Her silence was deafening. The ruling came swift. All fines void. Barn fully protected. The HOA ordered to reimburse Daniel's legal fees. Caroline's face turned red as the courtroom murmured. Her empire of intimidation had cracked. For the first time, neighbors saw that she wasn't untouchable. That evening, Daniel unlocked the barn doors. Neighbors gathered around, clapping as the sun set over the weathered red boards. The smell of hay and wood filled the air. That barn was more than a building. It was proof that legacies matter and bullies don't always win. What about you? What would you do if an HOA tried to erase your family's history? Drop your HOA story in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe for more tales where justice finally wins.